Welcome back to Steady Rolling Man presents The Master Nyarlathotep. We've defeated some sort of lizard creature, but now we must deal with more dangerous role-playing adversaries, locked doors, and sneaking around in the dark. Could be more dangerous than we think. Let's get to the Keeper's secrets and see how this plan pans out.
You arrived in London on Monday the 9th of February. Today is Saturday the 14th of February, 1920. Upon arrival in London, you took rooms at Brown's Hotel and you began your investigations into the Penhew Foundation. After an initial visit to the Penhew Foundation, Stanton was then invited back by Edward Gavigan, the Foundation's director. He went back there on his own. Subsequently, you met with Barrington at Scotland Yard, where the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh and the Egyptian murders were discussed. You also visited the Scoop off Fleet Street, following in Jackson Elias's footsteps, and there you commenced your investigation into Miles Shipley. You met with Shipley's former agent at the Café Royal on Regent Street. You then visited the Blue Pyramid Club in Soho. At the Blue Pyramid Club, you met with a dancer called Yalisha, who you met with outside afterwards, the road. She told you that the Blue Pyramid Club was the headquarters for the Brotherhood, and the Brotherhood killed her boyfriend. She told you Ferris and Sons' lorry taking guests out of the city once a month, the new moon, and she also told you of Zara Shafiq, her ally. After you parted from Elisha, you were attacked by the Thing in the Fog, where you barely escaped with your lives, especially Jacob. You then followed up on the lead relating to Zara Shafiq. You met with her at Empire Spices. She told you that she was investigating Gavigan and is convinced that he is connected with the Brotherhood. She is a member of the club and is undercover. She wants you to gain access to the Foundation. Earlier today, you visited Miles Shipley's house. Lex and Blake, so that was yesterday, Lex and Blake staked out the Penhew Foundation and witnessed a lorry collecting various items, including a heavy casket-sized object. Plans were laid to confront Shipley and break into the Foundation after several whiskies. Earlier today, you confronted Shipley and killed a serpentine hawk that had killed Shipley's elderly mother and enslaved the unfortunate artist. You placed Shipley in Bedlam. The corridors of Bethlem Royal Hospital were narrow and suffocating and filled with an unsettling cacophony of laughter, sobbing and screams. The gas lights flickered erratically, throwing quivering shadows that seemed to stretch ever so slightly longer than they should. Miles Shipley crouched in the corner of a cell, crumpled like a broken marionette, his face pallid and streaked with dirt and tears. His eyes darted wildly as he muttered, his lips trembling under the weight of every word. They did it. They did it. Oh, they killed him. Sathas is dead. Oh, yes. Dead. 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 He laughed, his body convulsing with the sound. Then, just as quickly, his face contorted into terror. His laughter cut short like a snapped string. But not gone. Oh, no. 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 Never gone. Never gone. Shipley dropped prone and began slithering along the floor of the cell on his belly, face pressed against the stone floor. They're still there, under the city, slithering, hiding, watching. Sitting up, Shipley's hands began to claw at his arms, nails tearing into his skin. Cotty, he said he'd take care of Mother. I heard it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Her bones. A proper gentleman, she said he was. He called her a delicacy. A delicacy. Jumping to his feet, the deranged artist began to prowl around the cell. They killed him, my new friends. They killed it. But there are more. There you'll come. His brothers and sisters slithering under the cobblestones, in the tunnels, in the walls, in the dark, watching. They'll come for me too, I know it. They want vengeance. They want it all back. You think the gaslights flicker because of the wind? Of course not. It's them, whispering in the dark. Leaping to his feet, Shipley grabbed the grill on the cell door and began shaking it with all of his might. Tell them to leave London. Tell them to run, whilst they still can. For God's sake, tell them to run. The dining room at Brown's Hotel exudes a quiet opulence in the soft glow of its crystal chandeliers. As you linger over the remainder of your evening meal, the day's frost has melted into a chill dampness that clings to the city outside. But within the restaurant, the air is warm, filled with lingering scents of roast meat, rich sauces, and the faint sweetness of dessert wine. Your table, tucked into a discreet corner near the mahogany-panelled wall, is scattered with the aftermath of your sumptuous dinner. Empty china bowls, plates and platters, ornate silver cutlery, and cut glasses, half filled with the finest claret. As the hotel waiting staff buzz around you, industriously clearing your table, a couple of bright young things arrive for a candlelit Valentine's Day meal at a nearby table. You can't help but notice as the attractive young flapper removes her burgundy snakeskin gloves and stows them in her matching handbag. You glance at each other across the table, sharing nervous smiles as your minds are drawn momentarily back to the horrors of Holbein Mews. Oh, for the innocence and ignorance of young love. Presently, cigars are lit, belts are loosened, and thoughts turn to the Penhew Foundation and your plans for this evening. Having finished dinner, it's about 7 o'clock. To you.
Do we need to recap our plan then, gentlemen?
I think we do, yes.
So we want to get into the Foundation through the courtyard. We know there's one guard there. We need to. Well, he goes in for a tea, doesn't he? At some point. So if we can get in at that point, when he comes back out, we disable him somehow, and then we break in through the side window. I don't know how long that will give us in there.
And how many security were there inside? I can't remember.
Three. It was there's three in total, and two inside, wasn't there? We supposed to be seeing that, Darren?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm showing you deliberately. So this is the ground floor of the Penhew Foundation. This is the backyard. Can you see the ping?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one guard in here. That's the gate. This is a big. All the way around the outside of the Penhew Foundation is a wrought iron barred fence, which is about 12 foot high. That's this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, obviously, and this is the side that I talked to you about before. So there's like a gap between the fence here and obviously the windows there. This is the front of the building, on which there's a street which runs down here, down the right-hand side of the building, and across the front, which is Tottenham Court Road. And this is the front area. These are steps leading up. So you know that there's a guard in the backyard. There's also a guard out the front who patrols like the steps area. Okay, and then upstairs, which is up here, there's also another guard in the exhibition area.
Mm-hmm.
And is Gavigan's office on the first floor?
Gavigan's office is this one here. Yeah, on the
ground floor.
On the ground floor, yeah, ground floor.
Okay.
Sorry, does the road run on that side?
No, there's another building on that side.
That side is the road.
Yeah, that side. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Where that ping is, could we not get over the wrought iron fence there and break in through the side window of Gavigan's office?
So the road is on Gavigan's office side.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a fence, so you can see through it. So he would be seen, wouldn't we?
Yeah, correct. You can see through it.
Okay.
Basically, it's a stone wall about just above knee height, and then on top of that, it's like the old Victorian kind of wrought iron railings, with the pointed finials on the top.
It'd be breaking immediately on the opposite side, so looking at the plan on the left-hand side, and then go through.
Yeah, there's a building right.
It's a wall
right
there.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about where
break into that one and then go through that one into the gap?
What about the yard? Imagine you're walking in through the gate at the back and facing the building.
Yeah.
To the left-hand side of the plan. What's that dark area right in the corner, top corner of the building? Can you actually get down the side that way?
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get down the side there, yeah.
Well, could we wait until the guy goes inside and then sneak down that side?
There's some steps that go down there. It's like there's kind of a lower area.
Okay, so that's the way to get in. Yeah, we wait till he goes inside for his cup of tea or whatever it is he does. Sneak in there. So he's actually very.
Yeah, he's going to be inside. We do that, but I don't know. Maybe the original plan, because it's what if we can disable him, it's one less guard to worry about.
Or do those steps at the side, they go down to a low level? So is there a door? an external. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go down the steps, and then there's an external door leading to a basement, possibly.
Looks like there are lots of windows on that side.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. All the stairs, the stairs that we've seen. So just by the entrance, that goes up, doesn't it, to the exhibition area?
This is
We
the
haven't seen
exhibition area.
there. So that does that go up
Yeah.
as well?
You haven't seen.
Haven't seen that.
Haven't seen those.
And when
if
we
they-
use, when I think it was Douglas used the loo
The toilets are
on a
they're up at the
first
front up
visit.
here.
Yeah, they were in
Okay.
the yeah.
Right.
So that either goes up or it goes down. But
Yeah, I mean the areas that you've seen are these areas at the front here are like where the visiting kind of scholars research. There's some desks and stuff there where people that come in like are allowed access to research stuff. This area here is the men's water closet. This is the stairs going up. The other, and then you went into a waiting room here. This that skinny room, and then you went through into Gavigan's office. Those are the only rooms that you've been in downstairs, and then upstairs is just, you remember there was just like one big exhibition room with a couple of rooms off it that you can take items in to examine. Are you going to stay in the restaurant now you've finished up, or are you going to go back up to your room?
Perhaps we ought to discuss this in our room. So
Yeah.
not a good idea to risk being overheard.
Yeah.
You head back up the stairs to your.
What secures the gate at the back of the yard? Is that locked?
It's just a big chain with a padlock on it.
Yeah, I saw it chained
So-
up at about 6 o'clock when I was watching.
So in terms of the first step, it's to wait for the guy in the yard to go back into the building and then get through the gate at the back.
yeah, I'll have to pick that lock.
Mhm.
Fancy being able to try and climb over a 12-foot spike fence.
It was 6:45 when the guard locked it, and then he left it.
I mean, we could sneak down the quiet side of the building and enter through a window, but chances are that guard's going to come back. Well, either going to be in the building and disturbed, or is going to come back out afterwards. And did he do rounds that took him to that sort of quiet side of the building when you were watching?
You saw him going backwards and forwards in the backyard, but he never actually. So he walked over to the far side of the yard on this side over here, and then over there to kind of look down the sides, but he never actually went down the sides.
Is that foliage
Yeah, there's like little hedges and stuff. Yeah.
enough for us to conceal ourselves?
Was he using a torch?
The problem is because it's because of the time of year, it hasn't got any leaves on it, so it's going to be it probably won't conceal you. But in the dark, it might help.
It's going to be very dark down there, isn't it? It's quite a narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you think with the wrought iron fence and the foliage and the fact it's dark, the only problem is that there is a pavement that runs directly next to that. So
Well, I was thinking the best entry point is the opposite side of the building, isn't it? The quiet side.
Yeah, between the two.
But we've
between the
then
two
got to
buildings.
get across the entire building on the inside, worrying about whatever guards are inside.
I'm thinking maybe those steps down lead, if they do lead to a cellar, it could be a cellar boiler room. That's where they take the coal. So do they take the coal in through a door, or is there a chute?
Yeah,
Thinking,
we
why
still
why
have
else
to
would
get-
you have steps down?
Still, well, one, we don't know their steps down. They might be steps up, but also, even if we do get in through the basement.
They're definitely steps down because.
Oh no, I meant the steps inside.
Oh, sorry.
Those ones.
We're going to have to take out the guard from the yard, because even if we can pick the lock on the gate, get through while he's in the building, sneak down the quiet side of the building and enter the building, he's going to come out at some stage, probably realise that the lock's open on the gate, possibly come down the side
we lock it after ourselves.
Yeah, I
Or
suppose
make
so.
it look as though it's locked. Is he going to test the lock every night?
No, probably not.
Well, I suppose if it is a padlock, we can lock it again. No
Yeah.
quick escape route, or no easy escape route out there.
Yeah, well, let's face it. If things go wrong, things are going to go heavily wrong anyway. I would be inclined, if we could, to get in through the window of his office. That way, we don't risk encountering more guards. So if we get in through the gate,
That's the public side of the building, though, isn't it?
it is. But there's a big got the foliage, and there's the big fence, and it'll be late. Hopefully, there'll be limited footfall.
Yeah.
Mm.
You-
Maybe the fog could be a blessing in there. Let's
there's-
hope the fog is a blessing.
There will be fog as well because there always is. So yeah, it's obviously a blessing and a curse, as Jacob can attest.
Mm.
So all of us need to go. Seems the idea of 4 people
Going into the
breaking in
building.
is incredibly risky. 'Cause that's
If
4
we go-
people to make noise.
If we're going in that side of the building, it would be quite helpful to have someone on the street, on the opposite side of the wrought iron fence, to keep a lookout and to tip off whoever's going in through the window as to when it's quiet.
They could cough every time somebody walks past, and we can hide.
Yeah, well, they can look up and down the street and then tell us when we're going to have a decent amount of time to go for the window. But I think Lex, I think it might be helpful to have you on the inside in case the security guards need dealing with.
Discussing.
I'm even thinking about us having a car parked on the road. So although we can't obscure the windows from the pavement on this side of the road, if anyone's walking past the other side, our getaway car can hide it a little bit.
Might help screen the view of the window as we're going in as well.
Yeah. And if we need to make a quick exit.
Yeah.
So what, one person on the outside in the car
1 or 2.
as a lookout?
Perhaps Lex and Douglas go in.
Is Dave still here with us?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I contributed quite extensively whilst my microphone's been on mute. It's been brilliant. I made a very valid point about how cat burglars don't work in teams of 4, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of my point.
Yeah.
There should be 1 going in, 2 max.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely happy to be part of the duo going in. I would warn you, I'm not maybe the nimblest on my feet.
Well, I'm happy to go. I can. I've got to deal with the lock. We'll try and deal with the locks anyway.
In terms of the requisite skills for such things, I think it's myself and Jacob, because we both have some ability with locks.
We have. If one goes in and the other doesn't, and that one who goes in has a problem with the lock, there's no backup. I think it might be better if we both list.
Yeah, that's.
But at the same time, I think Lex should come in too, because I really think we need someone who can handle the security side of things if need be. It's not ideal. I think 2 would be better, but in terms of the skill sets that we've all got.
Well, 2 against 1, we could cosh him. Well, I agree, but
it's not where my
looking
skills
at Lex,
lie.
he's not the nimblest or quietest of fellows. I wouldn't have him down as a cat burglar. No offense, Lex.
Shaking my head and then nodding my head.
Okay, so is it Stanton and Lex outside on the street with the getaway car, and Douglas and myself go in?
Where's this car of which you speak?
We don't own a car.
Yeah.
The getaway hailing a taxi.
I think we'd have to hire a car.
It's quite late.
We wouldn't be doing it if we were going to do it. We wouldn't be doing it tonight. So we either wait or we scratch the car idea.
And tomorrow's Sunday,
No,
so we're unlikely to
forget-
be able to.
Forget about the car. We had this debate.
Yeah, you won't be able to hire a car tomorrow either. 'Cause
No.
it's Sunday.
Okay.
You could just time your entrance for the bus. Getaway
Yeah,
bus.
but there's a whole load of people sat on the bus watching us. Ringside seats.
That was a joke.
I know.
That was annoying. That was just there to make Dave's work harder with the editing. It's about 7:30 now.
Bedtime?
Okay, then. So Lex and Stanton, standing out on the street, the other side of the railings, keeping lookout. Douglas and I pick the lock at the back of the yard, sneak through when the guard's in the building.
Yeah, we won't be able to tell when the guard comes back out, so one of you will have to keep an eye on the courtyard. Let us know when he's back outside, and then in the meantime, both of you should be keeping watch to make sure that anybody that's walking down that side road we're aware of, so that we can stop our activities and crouch down,
Yeah.
lie flat.
So I'll stay out by the backyard. his office will have a window onto the road.
It's got three.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
looks
like.
like it's got three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
The-
go,
the
if we go late enough and it's foggy enough, you could just jump out the window to get out and away.
Don't think you can get over the fence, though, are you?
The problem is we've got to, yeah, unless we can get over the fence, we've got to go down the alley and out the backyard.
The way we
Mhm.
came in, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no entrance at the front, is there? Because it looks like the fence and the wall go wrap around
Correct.
and join the front building. The internal
get out.
doors of Gavigan's office, are they solid doors or do they have any glazing?
The internal doors, what you saw when you went in the
I'm
office.
thinking about using torches inside.
No, they're solid. Well, that's a solid door there. These aren't either. You remember there were cupboards on the wall here, so that's what
Mhm.
those are.
Okay.
Full length cupboards.
When it's going to be easier using torches to find what we're looking for, but we're going to have to be a little circumspect because it'll be visible through the windows to the street outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close curtains
So-
and things. But how we extricate ourselves, or extract ourselves, so we're going to go back out through the courtyard, which means we're going to be sat around in there for a long time. How many times did he go in, Lex? Can you remember?
No, I can't. I don't.
From
remember.
watching him, you reckon he went inside maybe once every hour. The
Okay.
time that you, and that was between I think you were watching them for about 3 hours, between the hours of about 7 and 10. I think.
Right, so we'll have to wait maybe an hour in the building to get back out again while he has another break.
Yeah, and we'll need someone from outside to keep an eye on
Alert
the guard
us.
and let us know when he's gone.
Yeah.
What about a torch signal from outside?
Yeah.
Just shine
Yeah,
it straight.
good idea.
Yep.
I'm thinking about where we would need to stand. So,
Well,
Lex, you'd have to be opposite the gate, and in order for me
Well,
to see
no.
Lex, and then
no, you'd only have to stand on the side there and there.
you can see through.
You can see
course.
through it. So it's
Yeah.
not a wall.
If we flash a torch once from inside, it means we're asking whether the coast is clear, and we need to agree a signal for you to, I don't know, flash once or twice if it is clear, because we can't be shouting
One is no, two is yes.
Yeah.
Yep. hmm
Right. So anything else
Okay.
we need?
We got tools. Anything we can use to jemmy the window?
You don't have your clock making tools with.
Well, I've got more delicate tools, but not the.
Okay.
Not the more crunchy ones.
Crowbar.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't. Cut the glass. Take out the putty on the window and take the pane of glass out.
What have we got that will cut the glass?
Glass cutter.
What have you got a glass cutter?
Well, I'm assuming it comes with picks and things, but maybe not. You can tell. Say not
So-
too specialist.
What have you actually got in terms of in that
I've got a
line?
lock. I've got a set of lock picks.
Okay.
Well, I could use. Let's say if we don't have a glass cutter. I don't really want to smash it, so we might be able to cut it out. Could we take out the putty and then pull out the window pane?
Yeah, that's a possibility. It just depends on how hard the putty is, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, is it are the windows large panes of glass, or are they small, more like leaded?
No, they're large, open, like the old handles that just push open.
Yeah. Okay.
Sort of Georgian
think-
style.
Actually, I'm not sure. I'm just going to check because there might be sash windows. Yeah, I think they're sash windows.
If they're sash windows, the easiest way to get in is to jemmy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sash windows. All three of those windows are sash windows.
All right. Well, I don't own a crowbar. It's a bit late in the day for going to buy one.
Should we
I
do
don't particularly want to
it tomorrow night?
get stopped by the police with going equipped.
What have you got tools wise then, Jacob? Have you not got that line?
No, I've got a lock picking kit.
We're not animals.
I did have a shovel, but that was when I haven't really.
Yeah,
I didn't.
that-
That was for Peru, not.
that might work, but I don't think it would be very quiet.
No.
Note to self: buy crowbar.
I can offer you a
Okay.
screwdriver.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like
Screwdriver
a
would do it, yeah.
small, simple toolkit. Yeah, so I can offer you a screwdriver. Anyway, it's all going to go wrong as soon as you get in there. So,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
One flash for no, two for yes.
I've got
What
I've
you
got
say?
a hunter
Flash?
as well.
Yeah, knives would work. Yeah.
Knives
know.
and
That's true.
screwdrivers. Yeah, you can. You with your a man of your caliber, or both of you together. I'm sure you can cobble something together with those.
I do have a switchblade.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not ideal. It won't help your chances of opening it.
No.
But you will be able to have. It's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. If you can't get the window open, I do have a typewriter.
Hmm.
You can type instructions for next time.
Just chuck it through.
The typewriter is mightier than the crowbar.
Okay.
So is it
So I
is it
think
going to
we've got-
be one flash for no, 2 flashes for yes,
Yes, correct.
3 flashes for a gunfight?
3 flashes. You better.
Yeah,
fucking because you're in
you
the
don't
shit.
want to know. You don't want to know what the feedback.
on that topic, are we going to go tooled up in that respect?
Hell yes.
I mean, I
Last time
don't intend to use it, but it might be a way of
Well, last
leaning
time
on
we
security to let
last
us
time we,
out.
last time we went in to check out somebody's property, I had some horrendous black miasma cast on me, and I nearly died. We nearly didn't escape.
Okay.
You remember? We kind of needed the guns then, so
Yeah.
I would say I'm pretty much never going to leave home without
No.
at least one firearm.
It may be a useful way of persuading security to back off as well if we get rumbled. Okay.
Okay, so you're both taking firearms with you. What about so Lex and Stanton? Are you taking? I know Lex, you don't have a firearm, do you?
Well, that's correct. I do not.
You just have forearms, not firearms.
Hey.
Yes, I'll take my pistol and my
Okay.
torch.
Right.
At
Okay.
least
So
it's February, so I can justify having a great coat.
Yep.
Big overcoat.
I just got an average one.
Hide it.
what? Okay. So what time are you planning on heading out there, and how are you getting there? And then where is everybody going to be positioned?
Right, we are going to go. Do you reckon about midnight? Is that too
That's what-
late?
That's what you said last time. I wrote down that you were planning on going out to a pub at 8 o'clock originally,
Yes.
and then going on at 12 o'clock to the foundation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that then.
We'll
And
get
then
we'll get a cab to the pub. I'm not going out in the fog.
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
And then we'll walk from there. And we want Lex there, and we
At the
want
backyard. Yep.
yeah, and we want Stanton around there.
Front corner.
Yeah, we need some kind of indicator that maybe a noise rather than a torch if somebody's walking past.
Actually,
Like,
so Stanton needs to be immediately outside Gavigan's office so he can give us he can flash
oh
us.
yeah, very fair point. So it's going to have to be there.
So Stanton's going to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where's Lex going to be?
At the
Here.
Opposite the
with,
gate.
with a view of the yard.
Just outside the fence on the pavement.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. and so you're going to
we
be on
want-
the pavement here, and then Stanton's on the pavement down here. Right. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't once we're in, and there's going to be some time like if he takes an hour, you can walk off for a bit, and that's fine because I don't want you just standing there for an hour. It's going to look really suspicious. So head off for 45 minutes, come back, and then we'll keep it. Then we'll resume. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Well,
people,
we don't need
Sort
to.
of-
We don't have to worry too much. We just like play that by ear by how many people are about. If it's dead, we don't need to
Yeah.
move about. So
yeah, that's fine. Well, obviously, we'd leave it up to you on that front as to what you want to do. But if you do, so it's the flashlight for when we're exiting. When we are trying to break in, can you cough? Maybe 2 coughs to let us know that somebody's coming, so that we can conceal ourselves.
Hmm.
Because flashing a torch when someone's walking up would probably
Yeah.
look a little bit suspicious. Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I might wait on the other side of the road, get a bit more of a view of people coming up and down once you're in.
As long. Okay, that's
And if there are multiple buildings, ideally there'd be an alleyway opposite. Obviously, if the police come, I'll walk off quickly. Definitely don't want to get in conversation with anyone.
Wearing hat, coat, scarf around my face to obscure myself,
Okay.
gloves.
Okay. So you're going to head
Yeah,
off
me too.
from where you are to pub on the Tottenham Court Road. And how long are you planning on staying in the pub for?
Closing time.
Okay. And what time are you leaving here?
Now,
Oh, well, look, yeah.
Okay.
Why
So
not?
it's eight. It's
let's
eight
just
now,
get on with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll also take care that we're not being followed.
Okay. Right. So you are you taking a cab to get to the there? Or
Yes.
you walk? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, why not?
okay,
We'll
so
just go
you
to the pub.
you spend an uneventful. Well, you enter the cab outside of the Browns Hotel, and it takes you pub that you wish to the Rising Sun, which is on Tottenham Court Road. And on the way there, you notice that Jacob demonstrates some quite odd behaviours. He sits absolutely still in the back of the taxi. Doesn't move at all. And every time anybody tries to talk to him, he looks at you in a kind of shut up way. And doesn't answer anybody's questions or talk to anybody. He just stays absolutely still, staring at the fog outside.
Mm.
As you arrive at the destination, Jacob, you can't really you're climbing out of the cab. You feel a little bit uneasy as you do around the fog, but you can't even really remember the journey. You remember getting into the cab at Brown's, but you don't remember any of the journey as you get out.
How foggy is it out
Yeah,
here?
it's not quite so foggy where you are now. So there are still remnants of fog, but you get out and kind of move as quickly as you can out of the fog into the welcoming warmth of the pub.
Are you going to be all right, Jacob? Outside, it's going to be late, and we are going to be in the fog for a while. Don't want to do anything that's going to cause you distress.
I'm not sure, to be honest, Douglas.
Right, I will keep an eye on you then. If it starts to look like you're losing it, we'll just abort and get you to a place of safety.
Thank you.
Okay.
Would it be
Okay.
worth doing this before closing time? If we could get in before closing time.
There'll be a lot of people there'll be people on the streets though, wouldn't there, after closing time, around closing time?
There might be less on the streets just, in a half hour before closing time.
Maybe. You just want to try and get this over and done with.
Well, you've got me there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't mind doing it slightly earlier. Although I suspect maybe the guards will be more bored and less likely to be paying attention later at night. You could do it at 11.
Yeah. I suppose we're going to have to wait for a while until the
guard.
guard disappears.
Yeah.
We might have to wait 5 minutes. We might have to wait an hour. Who knows?
Okay. So what time are you heading away off towards the Penhew Foundation?
What, to 11?
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit less suspicious that there might be people out and about there.
Yeah. Okay, do that then. What's triggering you, Jake? Is it the sight of the fog? Does looking at the floor help? Would it help to have somebody walking in front of you that you can concentrate on their back?
Not really, Douglas. I know it's there. I can think of nothing but that creature.
No, I understand that. Well, let's continue and see.
Okay. Just for information, the closing hours are actually 10 o'clock, 1925.
That's rubbish. Okay.
So if you're going to leave before closing time,
Quarter to 10 then.
Okay, so at 10:15, you leave the pub and you make the short walk through the streets down Tottenham Court Road, which, to your relief, Jacob, isn't actually that fog shrouded as it stands currently. And you approach you see the large building of the Penhew Foundation across the street on the other side. You approach it from like the front, basically. You're walking to this street here, Court Road. Are you walking in a group? Once you sight the Penhew Foundation, what are your movements going to be?
2 and 2. Myself and Jacob will go first and walk round the back.
Okay. You can see as you walk past the front of the building, you can see the guard out the front, standing outside the front doors. You walk along and then round the side, up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then followed by the other two.
Yeah, about a little way off. Yeah.
All right. So once you get to the back, you come along the pavement here. There's a bit of traffic, but not huge. Not a little bit of traffic going up and down the road. There's a few pedestrians, but it's not massively busy. You can see you look into the backyard here, and you can see a guard kind of wandering around the perimeter of this fence here.
Can we get over here somewhere at a bit of a distance so we can observe?
Yeah, there's a doorway across the road there where Lex originally did
Okay.
his Renaissance reconnaissance from.
We'll all right. We'll go stand over there and leave the others to
Okay.
like wander around. I think everyone will have to move around until.
So the plan is to wait until the guard goes inside. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then.
And then pick the padlock.
Okay. And Lex is positioned up here still. Is Stanton down here by the window?
Yeah. On the other side of the street, is there an alleyway that I can hide in, or is there one building that goes all the way?
Which side of the street? Over here?
Yes. Yes.
No, there's not one building. There's quite a lot of buildings on that side of the street. There's a few. Again, there is a couple of alleyways. That's where previously where Blake was standing.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'll head for one of those.
Okay. Okay. You feel like you've been waiting for ages. I mean, you hear the clock strike 10 as you approached the building. You kind of glancing at your watches. They seem to run slowly. Time seems to drag. The guard is kind of wandering around. You can see he has a torch. He's shining it around the perimeter. He wanders kind of around around the perimeter here, and then back down to here. Shines his torch down there, and he kind of just goes round in a circle. At about at 10:15, his circle. He gets to the door here, and then you see him go up the steps. And yeah, he unlocks the door here and goes in. There is a light on the back of where this door is here. There's a light which lights the backyard, so you're able to see him because he's more or less standing in the light as he goes inside.
Is it is the coast clear to go and have a go at the padlock?
He's gone in, and the door's been closed behind him. The door's a solid door; doesn't have a window in it.
Is there anyone else around in the streets who can see?
You want to make a luck roll?
I think that's probably a yes, isn't it?
Okay, absolutely. So it's absolutely deserted. There's no one in the street at all. There's no cars, nothing.
I needed to save that one for the safe, but yeah, okay. Okay, I'll go and get my toolkit out and work on the padlock.
Yeah, you dart across the road. As you get to that side of the road, you notice that the street lamp that's right by the gate there is actually out. You thank your lucky stars. It affords you, you can work. Obviously, it's good from a hiding perspective, but obviously it doesn't help the fact that you can't see very well. So how are you actually you're just gonna do it by feel?
Yeah.
Where are you going to be at this time, Blake?
I'm gonna stay back in the doorway
Across the road.
Mm-hmm.
And the other two. So you've got you're staying in your position. So you're by the yard on the pavement, and then Stanton, you're across the road.
So opposite the office.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to make a lockpick roll then, please?
That is a hard success.
Okay. Well, you needed a hard success because it's dark, so you weren't using a light, so you did a pretty good job there. Okay. Using your almost like a sixth sense, you and all of your clock mending experience, you managed to click the lock open in the darkness, and you do it really quickly as well, and the padlock hangs limp. The chain's wrapped around the gate a couple of times, so you have to loosen that. You're going to do that and then go inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll motion to Douglas.
Okay, I shall hurry across.
You're impressed at how quickly he's managed to get through the gate. It's literally probably not even 30 seconds from when the guard's gone inside. The guard's gone inside. You've literally run across the road, pick the lock pretty much straight away, and then you're in. Okay, so you both of you are inside the yard now. What are you doing with the gate after you go in?
I'm gonna lock it again. I'm hoping you can reopen it, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap the chain up again and just try and secure it. Well, to make it look as if it hasn't been interfered with.
Are you going to lock it properly? I mean, once you've picked it, should you be able to pick it again without having to attempt it again, or do you have to attempt it again?
You don't have to attempt it again, no. Once you've opened it.
But does it take a chunk of time?
It'll take time. Yeah, it will do. But I don't want him to know that if he does check it, then he knows where it's in. So I would lock it.
Okay, so you're going to wrap the chain back around it and lock it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you make a perception roll, please, Lex?
Ooh, that is a rather high number.
Okay.
What do you mean by perception? Spot.
Spot
Gotcha.
hidden. I meant spot hidden. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Spot
That
hidden.
is not a success. That number was rather high.
Okay. So at this stage, Lex, you can't see where Stanton is, and you can't actually see where Jacob or Blake are. Everything's just gone quiet and dark, and there's nobody around, and it's like I can't see anybody. You're gonna stay where you are.
Yes. It's
Okay.
not going to get better me wandering around, is it?
No, okay. Just stay where you are. Okay. So the guys in the yard. What are you doing now?
I think stealthily head from the gate down the right hand side
Okay.
to get to the window of Gavigan's office.
Okay. So can you make a stealth roll then, if you wish to do it stealthily?
Sure. Both be stealthy. Oh, you're storming it tonight. That's a success, surely.
Yeah, that's a success. Yeah,
Okay.
ordinary.
I, however, I'm like a ghost.
Oh, good grief. Can one of you two roll my spot next time?
Okay. So you've glided across the road. You've opened the gate with an amazing speed, and now you're like shadows cast unseen across the air. No wonder you can't see them, Lex.
Very good.
Forget
you-
investigating the occult. I think we're going to set up a criminal enterprise for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You dart across the backyard using all of the shadow for all the darkness for cover, and you make to the side of the building. You're now. This is the most risky part of the move because you're now moving directly next to the pavement. Can you make a perception roll, please, Stanton?
Okay. Ooh, 2.
Okay,
I'm
you
like an
you,
owl.
yeah. You notice a couple come out of an alleyway just down from where you are and begin to cross the road directly towards the side of the building.
Okay, I will step out of the alleyway,
Mhm.
rest my hand on the building, and start coughing loudly and looking to the ground, or tilting my head as though I'm looking to the ground, but actually out of the corners of my eyes, watching what's going on the other side.
Okay, you're coughing. You're making a cough as well, yeah.
hmm And swaying as I'm standing there. So I've had one too many jars.
Can you make a listen roll, please, both of you?
Bloody hell. That's an ordinary success.
That's an ordinary success as well.
Okay, both of you you've got about here, and you're just about to go around the corner of the building and down the side of the between the building and the fence when you hear a coughing from the other side of the street, which sounds to you very much like the signal that you discussed earlier.
Okay, so we there, are we? On the
Yeah.
corner?
Yeah, you haven't actually gone around the corner yet. You kind of I guess you'd moved to here because obviously that provides you.
Is there a low wall with railings above it as the
Yes.
external?
Correct,
I'm
the
going
walls-
to lay flat along, so I'm sort of concealed from the from the
Okay,
street.
here.
Yeah, me too. So just round the corner, so if the guard comes back out again,
Yeah.
he won't see us. But
Okay.
yeah, lie flat there. Well, not even flat, wedged up against the wall.
I'm not going to make you roll another. Actually, stealth. You've already rolled a stealth roll, so I won't be mean to make you. Okay, so you heed Stanton's signal. A young or couple, a man and a woman, come walking past on the pavement. They're laughing and happy, chatting away, and they don't see you. A minute or so for them to go up here, and then they go up around the corner, past up where you were previously stood, and they disappear.
Once they're clear, we'll head to the window of Gavigan's office.
Okay. Are you going back into the alleyway, Stanton, or are you staying where you are?
Yes, I'll walk back into the alleyway.
Okay. Are you staying where you are now, Lex?
That's cool.
Okay, so you make your way quickly down the side of the building, and then you're into those trees, kind of shrubs they are. They're about, some of them are quite tall, maybe 8 foot high, others are a bit shorter than that, but you kind of have to push your way through the sharp branches, but they do afford a little bit of, quite a lot of cover actually between where you are and the pavement. Okay, so you're now at the window.
Time to use the screwdriver to jemmy the sash.
Okay, which you're going to go for? I suppose it doesn't really matter which one you go for. The first one you come to, I suppose. Are you both standing in the bushes?
I'm going to be kneeling down and trying to conceal myself.
Okay.
Whilst he's doing that, there's no need for us both to be visible.
Okay.
Is this a strength or a dexterity? I'm just thinking who might be the better person to do this.
The better man. Who's the better man? Let's have a look. Can you both make luck rolls whilst I'm don't fumble?
That's a success.
Right, Blake with the skirting with problems there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't actually roll any dice, but I appear to have got a 91 despite not rolling any.
You didn't roll any. That's impressive.
You got the
Nope.
new thought-controlled version of Roll20.
They are
Oh, well,
adding a lot of extra
not-
features.
91 apparently. She's not very lucky.
Is it called open locks? The skill that you've got.
Locksmith.
Locksmith.
Locksmith. Yeah, it's a locksmith can open car doors, hotwire autos, Jimmy library windows. Yeah, okay, so it's all going to fall under the same skill.
Okay.
It's gonna be-
Well, I'll step up then.
Not strength, it's knowing where to jimmy it
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
right through the glass.
It's another success. Just an ordinary success.
Okay. Well, ordinary success is all you need. Actually, I need to give you a penalty dice on that because you haven't got the right tools. Can I get you to roll?
It's another D10, isn't it? Yeah.
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 Oh.
Oh, that is a. Oh God, that was close. That is a fail.
Okay. Now you have the opportunity to push the roll if you can think of a way that you would do that.
I'm just going. Yeah, I am going to push it, and I'm just going to use as much force as I can rather than subtlety.
Okay. So.
Or you could let the other go first.
Yeah, you can hear
Okay.
you're right next to him, so you can hear him cursing when he doesn't seem to be able to open it.
Let
All
me
right,
have a go.
I'll step aside.
Then we can smash it. Nah, there's no way I can get that open. I can see why
Okay.
you're having trouble there.
I'll have another go pushing the roll.
Okay. So this time you're going to try and use more force. Well, on the understanding that if something goes wrong, you'd probably like to break the window.
Could we try it together? So he tries to force it on one side, and I try to force it on the other.
Okay. Let's see.
Like combined effort.
Yeah.
Without pushing it, if you see what I mean.
Well, it's going to be push whatever happens because you've already both tried
We've
once.
both failed. Okay, fine,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But
In that case,
but you might be able to try it together, and it might give you more chance of success. So I'm just going to have a look. Right, I'm going to say with both of your skills and knowledge of such things, if you try it together, I will negate the penalty die that I'm giving or obviously not having the right tools. Okay, so basically, you've got to choose one of you that actually rolls it.
it's gonna be Jacob.
Okay.
Here we go.
Your help is negating the penalty die.
That's a hard success.
Okay. Yeah, so with Blake's help, the pressure is put just in the right point on the window, and you're able to force it open using the screwdriver and knife that you have. Because you did such a good job that there's a minimal noise.
Okay. Well, without further ado, we'll head in.
Okay, you lift it up. Okay, push it up slowly.
Check, make sure there's no alarms. Just double check that.
No alarm goes off as you jump inside. As you climb through, you remember you looked before to see whether you could see any inside. And there are fire alarms, but there didn't seem to be any burglar alarms. Okay, so yeah, you open the window, slide it up, clamber through, and find yourself in the pitch black office of Edward Gavigan. What are you doing with the window?
I think gently lower it again because I don't want to leave it open. It looks a bit obvious.
Yeah, there's so when you open the window, you as you climb in, there's a blind on the other side as well, so you kind of have to push that out of the way. So there's a blind that's been pulled down in front. Okay, so you're both inside the room. You're going to pull the window back down.
Yeah, and the blind back down.
Blind back down. Okay, and all is quiet. Neither you pull the blind back down and then just kind of sit for a few seconds listening. Can't hear. You can hear the occasional bit of distant traffic outside.
Going to move quietly across the room to the door to Gavigan's office. I just want to have a look and see if it has a lock and a key on the inside.
Okay, it has got a lock, but there is not a key on the inside.
It's possible he's locked it from the outside.
You can try it.
Is it a doorknob or a handle?
That's a handle.
I'm going to very, very slowly just test it. I want to check whether it's locked.
Okay, you very slowly test it, and yes, it is locked.
I'll give Douglas a thumbs up.
Okay, I nod and indicate towards where we know the safe is.
Okay, I'll head over.
Okay, you head over to the corner of the room where the safe is, which is this corner over here. It's about kind of about ankle height in that exterior wall, external wall. Are you going to try and open it? It's you notice it's a combination safe. It looks very similar. In fact, it looks very similar to the. Remember the safe that you saw in the library at Carlisle's house?
Yeah.
Combination is the kind of the way that it's set up, the dial and the number of digits is very very reminiscent of.
I'm gonna. Well, is it pickable? As in listening to the tumblers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that. As part of your lockpicks, you'd have the old stethoscope, whatever it is they use for listening.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Where are you going to be?
While
Douglas?
he's doing that, I'm going to look on the desk to see whether I can find something like a pencil or a paper clip or something that I can put into the lock of the door so that if a guard tries to unlock it, he won't be able to get the key in.
Okay. Before you do that, it is pitch black in here now. So how are you seeing?
Torch.
You can use your torch.
Yeah, but
And I presume you're using a torch as well then.
Yeah. Is there anything like a rug or something, a loose covering? What I'm thinking of doing is sort of wedging it up against the bottom of the door to stop the light coming through.
Yeah, there is like a quite a thick Egyptian style rug on the floor in here.
I'll just
Gonna...
I'm gonna
move that.
I'm gonna move it up and just sort of pull it up against the bottom of the door, so at least it blocks any light coming through the bottom of the door.
Be very careful to not be swinging the light around as well.
Yeah.
And you're looking. Okay, so you're looking for some. Well, you're looking on the desk, and the desk drawer. The desk has one drawer in it, which is locked. There is like a little. Yeah, there's a pot on the desk itself which has stationery in it, so there's no reason why there wouldn't be paper clips in there.
Yeah, it's just something I'm going to remove afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to completely jam it, but I'm going to put something in so that it makes it impossible or very difficult to put the key in from the other side.
As you're looking on the desk, you notice that sitting on the desk, it's a very orderly desk. It has no papers, and other than the kind of the stationery that you already looked at, there's only one other item on the desk, which is a small photograph in a silver frame of an imposing 3-story country mansion.
I'm gonna take it out of its frame and see whether there's anything written on the back.
Okay, you take it out of the frame, and on the back is written Misa House 1922. Misa, MISR House 1922.
MISR.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll slide it back into the frame.
Okay.
And while Jacob's trying the safe, I will try and pick the lock of the drawer on the desk.
Okay. Cool. Jacob, can you make a roll then, please, to try and enter the safe?
It's a regular success.
Okay. Regular success. Okay. To your pleasure, you hear this satisfying click after about 5 minutes, which indicates that you have defeated the combination lock.
I shall
moves ever so slightly. Heavy safe door.
I shall pull the door open, not too far, just sort of 10 inches or so, just so I can then shine the torch in, taking care to shield it so I'm not shedding too much light into the room.
There are 2 items only in the safe. One is a plain brown packet, which seems to be stuffed with some paper items. The other one is a bit more in that it is what appears to be what is in fact a weathered leather scroll tube, brown leather scroll tube that is sealed with a red wax seal. That's it. That's all there is in the safe. What are you going to do?
Remove them from the safe, and is Douglas still picking the lock on the desk?
Yes. You can in fact make a roll for that now, Douglas.
Mm-hmm. That is a hard success.
Okay, so you make short shrift of the lock on the desk, opening it up. There's quite a lot of papers in here. When you kind of quickly flick through papers, and they all seem to be related to Penhew Foundation business. A quick perusal of the papers suggests there's nothing really untoward. It's just kind of what you'd expect from this kind of establishment. Nothing jumps out at being particularly of interest or incriminating in any way.
Okay, I shall close it again carefully and relock it.
There is a telegram, however, that lies on top of all the papers.
I'll quickly get out a notepad and scribble that down and then put it back.
Okay, so do you want to just read it out then if you're going to scribble it down?
Yeah.
So,
November 6th, 1924. Geezer dig well. Geezer dig well. Stop. All as planned. Stop. Work a place at Mycinerus. Stop. Thank you for your assistance. Most helpful. Stop. It's signed Dr. H. Clive. And Mycinerus is spelled Mycerrinus. November 6th, 1924.
do you have an archaeology skill?
No. Well, no. I can have a go. If I get it,
Go on.
it'd be awesome.
Go on then.
Shame. No.
Okay, so you've placed everything back in the drawer and relocked it.
Yep.
What are you doing looking at the safe, Jacob?
Once Douglas is finished with the drawer, I'll show him the 2 items and whisper, "Are we taking these?"
Yes.
I'll
we
just
should do-
quickly.
Sorry. What we should do is, if we can, we should pass them through the fence on our way out. So if we get caught on the way out, the guys have got it.
I'll gently close the safe, and I'm certain there's nothing else in there. Is there? Just have a last check.
Yeah, no, you're sure there's nothing
Yeah.
else in there.
I'll
Okay.
close the safe and lock it up. How long have we been in here for now?
We've been in about 15 minutes so far.
And there were those cupboards at the end of the room as well, were there?
Yeah, those are 3 full-length cupboards that you can see in front
We
of you.
should.
So,
We're
yeah.
not coming back here. We should search everything.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, Lex, you after about 15 minutes, you see the guard come back out. So you look at your watch; it's just gone 10:30 now, and he comes back out into the yard.
Okay.
You're just going to stay on the pavement, are you, or are you moving around over there?
Yeah, if he's come back out, I probably should just wander up and then may head around towards the gate.
Okay.
Just so
So
I can
you-
still see it, but it doesn't look like I'm just standing still.
Right. So you're trying to stay in the vicinity,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be like you're just standing around loitering with intent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the office, you've got other than the desk, the rug we've already spoken about, the 3 full-length cupboards, the safe. There are 2 large pictures on the wall as well, one of the Nile Valley and one of some pyramids, oil paintings. One's the pyramids and the other the Valley of the Nile. They look particularly nice paintings. You appraise them, Jacob, and think you could probably get quite a lot of money for both of those, particularly of good quality. But other than that, there's not really anything else in this room.
I'm going to quietly gently try the first of the cupboards on the wall.
Yeah, they've only got little handles on them. They pull towards you. There's no lock on them. So which one are you going to try?
Far left.
So this one, there are 3 shelves in here, and there are various glasses, a port decanter, and a number of books. A quick kind of glance through the books suggests they're all related to Egypt history. Nothing jumps out at you as being particularly unusual about this cupboard and its contents.
I'll move on to the middle cupboard.
What did you say that you were doing, Blake?
I'm just waiting now. I'm watching.
Can you make a percentile?
42.
Okay. Your sharp ears hear the sound of creaking footsteps from kind of foyer area. You feel like you can hear somebody coming down the stairs from upstairs.
Okay. I'll turn my light off.
Okay, you're just about to look in the second cupboard, Jacob, when you see Blake turn his torch.
I'll turn mine off as well, because I can tell something's up.
Okay, are you just going to stand still, are you?
Very still, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to listen carefully, because Douglas is behaving like he's aware of something I'm not.
Okay. Now that you're both stood there in the silence, you can you hear some kind of very faint whistling, and you hear noise that sounds maybe like somebody clearing their throat, and then everything goes quiet momentarily. Douglas, you definitely heard the footsteps coming down, and you feel like they're probably coming down into the foyer, but after that you haven't really heard anything else other than the whistling sound. That is actually, you think it's a guard that's come downstairs and he's whistling.
Mm-hmm.
The whistling kind of fades, and you hear a door close. Sounds like an interior door.
Okay. I'll turn my light back on. Whisper, we should move. He's moving around.
Okay. Do you want to check the other cupboard, and I'll check the middle one?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. We'll move a bit quicker. Actually, no. You could do that. I will go over to the door and I will listen at the door.
Okay. I won't waste
Which
any.
door?
I'm going to go to the door that I've blocked the lock of, and I'm going to listen at that.
That leads through to the waiting room, you mean?
Yes, so I can hear if anyone's coming.
Okay.
I haven't got my torch on.
No, you've not got your torch on, but you have got your torch on, Jacob. Okay, you
Yeah.
open the second cupboard, and it's completely empty. It doesn't have any shelves or anything in it. It's just like an empty space.
It seems odd. I'm just going to have a shine the torch around the back of the cupboard with the door. Just would basically sort of almost stick my head in with the door as closed as it can be to contain the light.
So you were looking at the back of the cupboard.
Yeah.
What, just shining your light up and down it?
Yeah. Just looking to see if there's anything, any concealed compartment or anything at the back, or any signs of anything having been moved or scuffed.
Okay. What's your spot hidden roll?
Do you want me to roll?
No, just tell me what it is.
Oh, it's 70.
Yeah, there's something about the back of that cupboard that doesn't look quite right to you. You reckon you have a feeling that it might have a false back.
I'll investigate it a bit more closely, see if I can find any way of opening it.
Okay, listening at the door, Blake, you don't have to be particularly adept at listening when you suddenly hear a sound of a toilet being flushed.
Okay, I'll continue to listen. Hopefully, his footsteps will.
Yeah, you hear the door another door creak and then bang closed, and then presently you hear some footsteps receding up the staircase.
Excellent. I'll turn my torch back on and to continue to stand there.
Okay. You are going to examine it a bit further, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you actually going to reach in and kind of start feeling around, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I am. I want to start tapping, but there's no way I'm going to do that.
Okay. You start feeling around, and you are very surprised to you manage to feel like some sort of stud that's sticking out of the wall. It's quite low down, almost like ankle height.
I will. I'll investigate it. I'll push it, pull it. Just
but you can
see
push
how
it.
it works.
Okay, you push it, and you hear a bit of a kind of popping sound as the wood just pops open at the back of the cupboard, revealing the whole of the back of the cupboard is effectively a door, a very narrow door, but a door nonetheless opens into a space beyond. You kind of get a kind of musty smell come through when the door opens. Musty kind of smell of kind of old, dusty antiquities, that sort of smell.
I'll cautiously shine the torch through, just sort of starting at floor level to get a better idea of what's in there. I'm a bit worried in case there's it goes through to a different room and I'm going to be too obvious with the light. So I just do it bit by bit.
Different dimension.
Okay, you shine your torch through the space. You can just see boxes, crates, old furniture, rolled up rugs, and so forth in what appears to be a dusty storeroom that is beyond the back of the cupboard. You can only see like the bits of furniture, bits of contents that are quite close to the door, because you said you weren't shining.
Yeah.
What you're doing, both of you. And what are the guys outside doing? Are you still in the alleyway? It's about 11:15 now.
Yep,
Both of
I'm
you.
going to blend in with the shadows.
Freezing with the shadows, more like.
Yes. With my coat wrapped tightly around. Had to pull it down.
Well,
Okay.
I can't go back to the pub because I discovered that it closed ages ago, so I might as well stay here,
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the cupboard, Blake, you can obviously see what's happened here. You can see that Jacob has found a secret.
I'm going to walk over and say, we're going to see them. There's a reason why that's hidden.
Okay. Well, I'll climb in.
Okay. You step into the cupboard. And then you're going to go through to the room beyond.
I'll pull the door to so that our lights are limited to the cupboard.
Fair enough. Okay, so you shine your torch through, Jacob. You can see it immediately becomes clear that there is a route that appears to be used regularly through the dust, like a clear walkway through the thick dust on the floor from the cupboard into the into the centre of the room. The direction of travel is to one point, which appears to be some sort of mummy case that's lying on the floor in the middle of the storeroom. You can see that all the boxes, crates, old furniture, etc., that are all piled up. They're almost like piled up in a screen around the mummy case, so that you wouldn't be able to see it from the doorway to this storeroom. All of the windows are obviously have blinds pulled down.
Is this the room which is immediately
Yes,
adjacent to the yard?
Yeah,
It's got
exactly.
windows on. It's got
Yeah,
sort of dual aspect windows. Yard
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly the one.
Well, this would explain what's being moved back. If they're doing a ceremony, maybe they're taking the sarcophagus or the actual mummy itself in the lorry to wherever it is they're going, then bringing it back afterwards.
Have a look in the dust on the floor. Does it look as if the mummy case has been moved?
Okay. You notice that firstly, the top of the mummy case is fairly free of dust and somewhat worn. But oddly,
Warm or worn?
No, worn.
Okay.
Not a bit less scary being worn than warm, I would say. But you also notice something a bit odd about the mummy case. It's lying on its back on the ground, and there are two kind of like crevices, one at the head end and one at the foot end, that allow almost look like they're kind of small tracks that would allow. And you can see that from the markings that the case has been moved, like slid to one side and back. So the mummy case is actually, on closer inspection, is actually is inlaid into the floor, but on some sort of rails that allows it to be moved to the side.
Oh no! All right, there's going to be
something down below.
Yeah.
Kind of stares. It's quite disconcerting. It stares up at you with it. Kind of. You don't know whether they're obviously some sort of a costume jewelry. The eyes are kind of, but they are red and quite bright as you shine down your torch into its face.
There's going to be something like we found at the Juju house down there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think we should go down there on our own.
Means coming back another time, doesn't it?
Well, does it? We could change things by taking out the guards and then letting the other two in.
Yeah.
I think threatening them with pistols one at a time, we could tie them up. I mean, let's face it, we're not coming back here, are we? They're not going to identify us. We make sure that they only see the two of us and our faces will be concealed. If we're lucky, we could sneak up on them so they don't even see us. Gun in the back.
Shoot them from behind. Cold-blooded murder. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Just as an aside,
not planning on killing anyone. Yes.
No, just as an aside, did I hear you say that you took the items out of the safe?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Who took them?
I did. I'm carrying them both.
Where did you put them? Excuse me.
In my bag.
Okay.
3 guards, aren't there? There's one out the front.
One out the front, one out the back, one upstairs, as far as you're aware.
Yeah, the one at the front, was he inside the lobby or was he on the stairs outside?
He was on when you saw him. He was on the stairs, but from previous observations, he's both.
Right. Okay.
You hear the bells strike 11 outside.
We could one of us could just quickly pop out of the window, beckon Stanton over, and explain this to him.
But to what end, though? Because they're going to have to get in the same way that we did. They can't pick the lock.
No, they could. I mean, they could bring the guard in the yard to the door, to the gate. Distract him, and then giving us an opportunity to creep up behind him. And we're going to need them both to come in anyway. But I think it probably makes sense if we can to take out the guard in the yard first. He's going to be least able to alert the other two, whereas the ones inside the building would be able to alert each other more. And so it might be better to have all 4 of us to to
Yeah.
take out the two in the building.
Well, what's he going to do? He's going to have a whistle, isn't he? And that's going to be it. So,
It's
Wi-
it's safer, isn't it, to cosh him from behind?
well, we don't necessarily need to cosh him. We just threaten him with a pistol, then tie him up. If only we had something to tie him up with his own belt. What we could do is get him to get one of the other guys to beckon him over to the railing, and as he comes over to the railing, we'll be waiting on that corner, and we can jump him.
Yeah.
That would seem to be the best option, because it gets him close to us. We don't have to run up, and he'd be distracted as well. So if you had to get him about there, he won't see us until it's too late.
As you're talking, you're suddenly aware of a light outside. It looks like a torch that's being shone on or close to the window here.
Oh, shut up.
Stay still and listen until I think the guards moved away.
Okay, you wait for what seems like an eternity, but probably only a minute. Stanton, from your vantage point, you can see the guard, and you've been watching him kind of go around and on his circuitous route around the backyard, and then you notice him stop and turn back, and then he's oddly shining his torch into the window. You see him poke his head around the corner of the building here, and he starts
towards
to
the shrubs.
Yeah, he starts to wander down towards the shrubs with his torch in front of him.
Okay, I will walk out of the street slowly so he doesn't see where I've come from, and walk up a little bit, cross over the street. So walk, sort of cross over the street, stumbling, and then try to get alongside the guard.
What? So by the fence here.
Yep.
Okay. You can do that because it's on the pavement. He looks up at you, just looks away.
Okay. Evening.
Right.
Cold night again.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Don't suppose you've got a light
Not quite
with
so
you.
foggy tonight, though.
Don't suppose you've got a light on you, have you?
Yeah.
Take my pipe out of my jacket.
Okay. He strikes a
And,
match. He strikes a match and lights your pipe through the railings.
I'll lean forward, give it a couple of puffs. Thank you very much.
Good
Don't know
evening.
where mine is. Must have left it in the pub. All right. Well, you have a good evening. Keep warm. Keep inside if you can.
You can hear kind of some mumbled conversation outside, the other two, Blake and Jacob. The mumbled exchange of a couple of words. You see him turn back round and move back on into the yard.
Okay.
Stanton, and then
So,
starts.
yeah. So I'll carry on down the street towards the main road at the front of the building, and wait until he's gone out of sight, and then slowly walk back down, cross over the street, slowly walk back down, back into my alleyway.
Okay, Lex, are you back? Though you've just witnessed the guard stopping his circuitous route around the yard and then shining a torch in through the window here. He then went round the corner and started and headed down here with his torch, and then you saw a figure who you recognise as being Stanton have some sort of short verbal exchange with the guard through the fence. You saw a flash of a match, and then Stanton moved away, and the guard moved back and carried on his route around the yard. Meanwhile, inside,
We don't know whether the guards are involved or not involved.
Let's have this conversation in Gavigan's office. Move away.
you move back into
Gavigan. Yeah.
Okay.
So the plan to get Stanton's attention, get him to tell Lex that we need to go down into the cellars, and we need everyone to help us take out the guards, and then take out the one in the yard by getting Stanton to bring him up to that corner, and then jump him or threaten him.
Jump him, I think, probably, because we can't take the risk that we won't be able to subdue him.
Yeah, I agree. And
Also,
what about getting Stanton to hide the items we've taken out of the safe somewhere outside, so they're not on our person, or do we keep them with us?
Just our luck if someone else found them in the meantime.
Okay.
We might as well keep them. It would be different if somebody was going to wait outside, but if we're all in here, there won't be anybody. If we get in trouble, nobody will be able to retrieve them anyway, because there'll be none of us left.
Yeah. Okay. Is that plan B then?
Okay, so what's plan A? What are you going to do next?
I am going to gently open the window to Gavigan's office, climb out, and get Stanton's attention when the street's clear, and beckon him over.
Okay, so you're going to open the window.
Flash. You need to use the flash
Yeah.
to know when.
I've flashed once.
Okay. Can you make a luck roll when you open the window for me?
I don't think so. Nope.
That's okay. It's not a fumble, so it's fine. You get out of the window. Okay, so you climb through the window, and then you're on the outside now. What are you going to do in the bushes?
I'm going to flash the torch in Stanton's direction.
Okay. Bearing in mind you said you were watching the area, Stanton. I'm not going to make you make a
Mhm.
spot for it. So you see how many times are you flashing it?
Just once.
Okay, you see the one flash of the torch from the window. Well, not from the window, just outside the window.
Okay. Alarmed, I will look up and down the street
There's
and
nobody
around
inside.
the building. And have I seen the guard come over to this side of the building recently? Well, I'm basically having a look out to see if he's there.
Yeah, no, you can't see the guard. He's
Yeah,
just
no
gone.
one-
He's not long
Okay.
past. He's going across towards the other side of the.
Okay, so no one in the street. No guard. I'll step back into the alleyway a bit, which narrows the beam of my torch. Maybe even put one hand over the side where the yard is at the back, and then flash it twice.
Can
Okay.
I see Stanton now, or just see where the torch flashing from the yard?
Yeah, you can just see this torch really.
Going to flash it on because this isn't part of the plan, was it? So I'm going to flash it on and off 4 times.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have a look up and down the street again, see if there's anyone there.
Okay, you see some headlights as a car turns into the street and begins heading up the road.
Okay. I will do nothing and remain in the alleyway and wait until it passes. And then, as it drives past, I will hurry across the road
Okay.
to the wall outside the window and crouch down. So I'm
As
doing
you
up
get
my
as you kind of
shoelace.
get as you get halfway, as you get to the pavement, you can see the figure of Jacob standing amidst the bushes outside the window through the railings.
Okay, I'll walk over to as I said, next to the wall. I'll crouch down, pretend to do up my shoelace.
Okay.
What's
Oh.
the problem?
I'll whisper to Stanton that we think we found a hidden cellar. We need you and Lex to get in here and help us. We need to start by taking out the guard in the yard. You go and tell Lex what's going on. We're going to need both of you. We'll let you into the yard, but we need to take out the guard first. If you can distract him in the corner, just at the entrance to this little alleyway bit,
Okay.
we'll hide at the entrance to this alleyway, and we're going to jump in when you distract him.
Okay. Right. I've spoken to him already, so I don't want to rouse suspicion again. I'll get Lex to try to distract him as I hide. So you want him just at the end of this to come
At
to the
the end.
wall.
Yeah,
The end
and
of
we will
this
be
alley down here.
waiting for him. We'll jump in.
Okay. Right. Give me a few minutes.
Okay.
I'll get Lex in place. I'll go back to the alleyway, and then I will flash the torch twice when we're both ready.
Okay.
So I'll wander off up the street to find
Okay.
Lex.
What are you doing, Jacob? Are you staying outside still?
Yeah, I will, because it's there's no point me climbing back in. I think to climb back out, I'll hide underneath the wall again where we were,
Okay.
where I was before.
Douglas, what are you doing?
I'm going to stand there like a lemon for a while, and then when I realise he's not coming back, I'll stick my head out the window.
I'll beckon to him to come out.
Okay.
Okay, so
I shall
you pull the blind to one side and look through the window. You can just see him crouched down behind.
Okay. I'll climb back out myself and edge over. You realise, of course, that the guard will now have seen both Stanton and Lex, so be able to identify them.
Meanwhile, Stanton, you're heading up towards where Lex is.
Yep.
You're just going to go
Yep.
straight to him.
Yep,
Okay.
I'll walk up to him, and then
As you're walking across the road, you can see the guard in the in the yard at the back. But he doesn't seem any different to how he's been. He's still just wandering around. He doesn't seem on any particular on any kind of high alert or anything.
Okay, as I walk past Lex, there's Lex standing alongside the
Well, he was
the-
moving around, so he's he's coming back down this road
okay.
from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I walk to the end, wait at the corner for a second, nod at Lex, hoping that he can see me.
Yeah, he can see you.
And if he can, I'll sort of tilt my head in a follow me motion and then walk along the road away from the yard to about there.
Okay.
So I want to just get away from the immediate vicinity of the yard.
So that the guard can't see you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Lex to catch up. Thank you. That's a success. Don't know what it is, but it's a success.
I'm just waiting for the guards to call on a pal before we can escape with the staff car.
Have anyone got any wire cutters? Okay, so you now have you and Lex are together, slightly away from the building.
Okay, so I'll try to explain the plan. They found something in there. They think there's a cellar. They want us in. To do that, they plan to take out the guard, and before, I guess, taking out the we need to distract that guard to pull him over to the corner of the yard where the building is, and they will jump in from the alleyway, from the side of the building. I've already spoken to the guard. He's seen me, so if I walk up and speak to him again, well, don't know if he got a good look at me. My head was down. But yeah, if you could distract him, I'm thinking we really need him to get over to the fence. Perhaps if you act drunk, take a pee next to the wall and the fence, that will encourage him.
Okay.
And unless you got a better idea, I don't want him to shout.
Yeah, no worries. I got this. I got it.
I'll stay in the alleyway.
We'll have to wait for him to come out.
Yeah, he's got to be wandering around the
The
yard.
other two are ready.
Yeah, so if you bring him over to this side, this corner.
But they're ready.
They should be ready any minute now. I'm going to go
Okay.
back to the alleyway I was, and then as the guard approaches you.
Lex,
when
from-
we're ready, I'll flash
from
him
your
to let us know.
timings, Lex, that you must be pretty close to the guard going back inside again, because it was 1:15 the hour last time that he went in.
Yeah. Okay. I will stagger across the road in my best acting drunk and come to myself. Maybe I'll sing a little happy song. Lean up against the fence on the corner where I've been indicated to. Generally
Wait,
act
sorry.
like a
Where did you do that? So I didn't see that. Over in the okay, at the top.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You see the guard who's across the other side. He kind of starts wandering slowly across with his torch, shines at. Go on your way.
Oh, what's that? What did you say?
On your way. It's late. I don't want to have to call the bobbies.
Up here. Oh, I'm sorry, matey. I'm sorry. Oh, do you know which way to bus stop?
You're not from around here, are you?
I'm not. I'm a tourist. Not used to the beer. Not like that at home, mate. Different.
He points. If you head down that way towards the Tottenham Court Road, about a couple of 100 yards on the right, there's a bus stop.
Down
if you
towards the court and then on the right.
Where are you trying to get to?
Chelsea.
Well, if you hurry, you'll get the last bus.
Oh, you're a superstar, mate.
Where are they at the moment?
In this top corner, you said, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I glance past the guard? Can I see him coming?
Who?
My companions. Are they in the yard or?
No, they're not.
No.
Super.
Can you make a listen roll, both of you? It's Blake and
That's a success.
Okay.
I fail through the noise of me banging my head against the wall.
Okay. Some of the kind of the night breeze brings some snippets of conversation. You can hear the guard talking, and you can hear somebody else talking in the yard, but that's all you can hear from your current vantage point.
Are we too far away to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the guard is due to come back into the building,
We could get him on the inside by the door.
well, I was a little bit worried that if he might be when he comes back into the building, he might be checking in with his mates, in which case it might be better to
wait till he
lie
comes.
in wait for him in the yard and jump him when he
Are
comes
you
back.
are you now
Yeah.
heading south? That you're heading down the pavement, Lex?
I'm going to walk in the wrong direction, the direction he didn't tell me to go.
Okay. He says, "Oh, you." I said that way, and he points back down. If you don't go that way, you'll be here overnight, and then I will have to call the bobbies.
Oh, right. Down here on the
Down
what?
there, turn right, and a couple 200 yards.
Right. Okay. So I've stalled enough. We'll carry on.
Are you going to go down that road now?
Yeah.
Are you going to still pretend? What are you going to do? Try and pretend that you're drunk still, or just wander off?
Yeah. Pretend I'm drunk. Keep it up. Why not?
Okay. Well, he kind of follows you as you start wandering down the road. So you're going to go down this path now, yeah? Down the side of the building, down
Yeah.
towards Tottenham Court Road. He wanders down the on the other side of the fence with you. So you two now, as you kind of look up and you can see the guard starting to walk down this part of the fence, shining his torch out onto the pavement,
So he's heading our way.
heading in your direction. He's kind of walking like the other side of the fence to you kind of glance across. You can see Lex is pretty discernible with his size and shape.
It's now or never, isn't it?
He's walking down facing you in this direction, and you're currently still in the bushes over here.
Yeah, he'll see us.
Okay.
We'll have to wait until he starts walking back towards the door and then get up behind him.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets to the corner here, and he says, "Good night, fella. Good luck."
Thank you. Give him a cheery wave over my head.
Okay, you're now wandering, so you can see the guard goes off round the corner.
Okay, we need to get up there and get to him.
You can see
Yeah.
Lex still walking down the path on the
Oh.
other side of the fence. Can you make
All
a?
right.
Can you both make a luck roll, please?
Yep.
Ooh, okay, that's good. There's nothing coming, and there's nobody in the immediate vicinity.
So we'll go to that that corner of the building.
Yeah. You're gonna try and move it there as quietly as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, stealth.
Oops. We rushed it.
Rush of blood to the head. Yep, failed as well.
Okay, you both failed. Okay. So you're just going to run. Were you just going to move forward quickly? Quickly and as quietly as you could.
Quickly and quietly to the corner. Yeah.
Okay. And what was your plan when you got to the corner?
Well,
Do you have your torch? You don't have your torches on, do you?
no.
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 I'm going to
at
get
this-
my gun out, but I'm intending to use it as a club rather than a.
Okay.
Firearm.
Hold on a second. Move, Douglas. Okay, Douglas, you move forward. You're in front. You move forward as fast as you can. You get to the corner of the building, and you turn the corner of the building, and you see the guard heading in this direction towards the steps. Okay. But as you get there, you see him begin to turn round.
Okay, I'll run at him and try and flatten him.
Okay.
My object is to try and stop him from either getting to his whistle or shouting. So I'm going to try and put my hand over his mouth or around his neck.
Okay. Hold on a second.
I'll follow as soon as I see him do that. I'll follow behind and
Yeah.
I'm going to back him up if it doesn't work.
Right. Okay. You move swiftly around the corner. The guard has fully turned by the time you pounce the last few yards across the yard towards him. He just swings his torch round, and you see the look of amazement and surprise on his face as you bear down upon him. What are you trying to do?
Flatten him.
You just want to flatten him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to basically rugby tackle him and try and grapple him so that he can't shout or blow a whistle.
Okay, so you're going to try and... So your main focus is to keep him quiet then, basically. So
Yeah.
you want to grab him around... Okay. So you need to make a maneuver roll for this. Just bear with me a second and find out what size are you?
60.
What your size is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Sorry, it's build I'm after, not size.
Uh,
Build. You 0. Yeah,
yes.
you are. You're 0. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay. Right. So you're going to be using your fighting skill.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be able to try and back. Okay. So, you need to make a brawling roll.
Oh, it was
That
was
all
gonna
going
be
so
awesome.
well.
The full clip. 100.
100. Oh my god! Yeah, it was all going so well. I always do this every
Wasn't
single
it?
time.
Okay, that's going to be a fumble then.
Oh,
Every time. Every time it's important.
yeah. I've had some good rolls up until then.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, you spring forward at the last minute. Unfortunately, there's a loose brick in the yard by the side of the building that you don't notice, and you literally just as you're about to grab him, you trip and you sprawl onto the floor in front of him. He was trying to dodge out of the way of you, which is fortunate. So he easily evades you. He kind of steps back. And goes, what are you doing, Jacob?
I'm gonna. Well, I was following behind Douglas, so I'm gonna try and club him over the head with the butt of my gun.
Okay. Right. Again, that's a maneuver. So you're going to try and knock him out? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Righty. Okay. This is a brawling roll again. A maneuver. So you're just piling him, trying to avoid your Blake scrambling at your feet.
That is a miss. Not my
Okay.
thing. This.
Okay. Again, he was just trying to dodge anyway, so he manages to step out of the way of that as you swing the gun, and the first thing that he does is he pulls a whistle from his pocket and he puts it to his mouth and he blows it as hard as he can. Then he starts shouting, "Help! Help! Police!" Blake, sorry, not Blake. Lex, you've just turned the corner at the bottom of Tottenham Court Road when you hear the whistle and some shouting coming. And Stanton, you can hear it as well, which indicates to you that all probably hasn't gone as well as you would have hoped. Meanwhile, as he's doing that, he's you got your gun out. He's backing away he's running actually across the yard towards the door. What are you two doing?
I am gonna get to my feet and run after him.
Okay. And Jacob, what are you going to do?
I'm going to the
Oh no, not the gate!
gate.
You're running to the gate. Okay.
Yeah, to unlock it so we can get away.
Okay. You run towards him. He's got to the door, and he's got his key out, and he's trying to unlock the door to go through. What are you going to do?
I'll pull my pistol out and say, "Stand still, or I'm going to shoot you."
Okay.
There's nothing in there worth dying for.
He freezes. He just stands there. He says, without even looking at you, he's still looking at the door. He says, "Don't shoot. Don't shoot."
Put the keys down. Put your whistle down.
He drops the key and the whistle.
Hands on your head, on your knees.
My job's not worth this. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. Just don't shoot, whoever you are. Okay, he drops down to the ground, puts his hand behind his head. What are you doing, did you say, Jacob?
I'm running to the gate and unlocking the padlock.
Okay. Meanwhile, what are the other two doing? Lex, Stanton?
Okay. Was there any movement from the Tottenham Court Road direction?
When you say movement, what do you mean?
Anyone walking up the street? Anyone running up the street?
Not. You haven't immediately heard anybody or seen anybody since Lex went past. No.
Okay, I'll come out of the alleyway and quickly run down to the bottom of the street to look to see if anyone's coming towards this side street.
Okay. That's where Lex is, isn't it?
So I'm running down to the
other way.
bottom here.
Yeah, that's where Lex went.
Oh, okay.
That's where Lex was. Lex went down there because that's where Tottenham Court Road is.
Yep. So I've got, in that case, I will run the opposite direction back to this corner.
Okay.
And then as I'm going up that pavement alongside the fence and the wall, I'll look into the yard to see what's going on.
Okay. Right. You managed to get the gate unlocked, and Jacob and Blake, you now have the guard on his knees in front of the door. What are you can do?
I'm going. Does the door open inwards or outwards?
No, the door opens inwards.
Right. Okay. I'm going to cuff him, and I'm going to put him to one side, and I am going to wait by the door, see whether a guard comes through it. If a guard comes through the door, just as he opens it, I'm going to put my shoulder to it as hard as I can to knock him backwards, and I'll go through with my gun.
So as soon as you hear somebody coming to the door, so as soon as you hear the door being unlocked,
As soon as they start pulling it to open it,
okay, then you're
so
going to push
just as it goes ajar, I'm going to push it as hard as I can to knock them backwards and stun
Okay.
them.
How long are you going to wait in there for if nothing happens?
30 seconds. If they're not there by 30 seconds, then they've done something else.
Okay. And what about you, Jacob? What are you doing? You've unlocked the padlock, taken the chain off.
Taking the chain off and make sure the gate's open and having a look. Can I see Lex or Stanton anywhere?
You can see Stanton. Stanton, you can see Jacob and Blake and you can see what's going on in the courtyard.
Okay.
At the back, the yard,
Where's
sorry.
Lex? Can I see him down the other end of the road?
Lex, what did you do when you heard the sound?
I wanted to try to take a left, circle back round.
Looking back, right. Okay, there's a couple of buildings along here before you can get another left, so it'll take you a few minutes to do that. Okay, so that's what you're doing, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see Stanton, but you can't see Lex. And Stanton, you can't see Lex either.
Okay.
Once the gate's open, I'm going to go back across the yard to back Douglas up.
Okay. So you say you cuffed him,
Yeah.
and what have you gagged him as well?
Well, I'm assuming that he's not going to shout, but yes,
No,
I probably would do.
Yeah. Okay. And then what you did just pushed him down on the
Yeah,
floor.
he's just lying on the floor next to the door.
Okay, that's cool. Right. Okay. As you arrive back at the door, Jacob, you can see Lex. Sorry, you can see Blake on the other side. Stanton, you heading towards the yard, or what are you doing? You've just seen Jacob take the chain off.
Okay. So still no sign of Lex. Okay, I will run to the back gate and through, and straight forward to the wall here of the building, and then move my way along.
You run to the back gate. Okay, well, so you get to the back gate. Just as you get to the back gate, the other two, so Jacob and Blake, you can hear some footsteps coming from the other side of the door. Some running footsteps coming down this corridor towards the door that you're standing outside of. Okay.
Does it sound like one set or two?
It sounds like one set. You hear the footsteps running towards the door. You can hear a key in the lock on the other side of the door being unlocked, and the door is now beginning to open.
Push it as hard as I can, kick it.
Okay, that's a good place to stop, I think.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And it was all going so well.
We were like ghosts. It was, and then
you turn into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man at the end.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
When I saw the 0 that you rolled, I was like, "Oh my god, he's absolutely smashed it again!" And then the other
That's what
thing,
I thought. The thing is that the dice actually the first 0 showed on my screen, but the second die stopped underneath the little pop-up for the dice roller. So I didn't actually see that.
Same with me.
Didn't see the 0 initially. I thought,
I had to wait until it popped up on the screen on the right.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to summarise, you two are at the door, Stanton is at the gate, and Lex, you've just come around the kind of top road up here now, so when you're heading back down towards the gate, so you're probably about a minute or so away from the backyard.
Yep.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
And all of the police in London are about 3 minutes away.
Yeah, I think we might.
So I have a plan.
That would be a good one.
Is it cunning?
It's cunning.
Will it get completely destroyed by one bad dice roll?
Yeah.
Well, there's actually 2 bad dice rolls there. There was the fumble,
Yeah,
and then
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
no. Anyway, that was fun.
I was.
Well, it was all going well until it wasn't. Please join us next week where we'll find out if we can get out of this tricky situation and find out what lurks beneath. See you next time on Masks and Nyarlathotep.